everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to see a new problem statement, that is program to find the count of each character in a word. What does the count of each character means? It means that consider an example Python where each letter repeated one times, and consider our channel name Explore with Muniraj where some of the letters in a word are repeated multiple times. So here we have to find them, how many times that they are repeated, and here we are going to form a dictionary for that. Before that we have to take input from this user as a string. Why? Because here we are dealing with a text, right? So here we have to take input from this user. So enter a string. This is the general format how we take input from this user. So here we do not define int of input because here we are dealing with a text value, so the input must be a string. And we have to store that the count of each character in a dictionary, right? So here we have to specify an empty dictionary dict. Okay, now here we are using a for loops, right? For consider a variable char in that empty dictionary, consider for char in that entered text. So for loop having a variable called char, the char values are in the range of taken from this text. Suppose user entered Python, so char having the values like Python, okay, Python, and here we are using if else conditions. If that char that entered the char in dictionary means, here we are going to increment that value. Here we are going to print that dictionary. So let me run this program. After that I will explain with a test case. As that enter a string. Let's suppose enter a string, our dealing language Python. So it gives that as a dictionary, right? P repeated one time, Y repeated one time, T repeated. So it gives the count of each character in a variable. So let us try for a different example. Let us try for a something where most repeated value, right? Madam. Okay. So enter. So here we know that M is repeated 2 times, A is 2 times, and D is 1 time. So in that way we are going to print the count of each character in a entered string values. So this is the basic program. Actually, how does it works? Where this is the value we take input from this user where text enter text as a string value. Now we have to create an empty dictionary to store that each character. Okay, now here you using for loops, right? So for char in text, it means that char is a variable, that char having the text. Suppose user entered a Python, right? So it having the values from P, Y, T, H, O, N in the char in dictionary. If that char, suppose P is in this empty dictionary means it adds an additional value, or else means it assigns a value is equals to 1 for that variable. If that value is repeated, then it adds. If it does not repeated, then it assigns value 1 to that variable. So why now let's print the count of each character in a word in a different manner. Suppose using a modules, right? From collections you have a module named collections. From that we are importing counter. Okay, this is the module in this Python where counter is a module. It is used to calculate the count of each character, special characters, letters, and all this. So here we are going to print the count of each character by using a module called counter. Suppose take input from this user, right? Where int of input enter a string. This is how we take input from this user, and here we are going to print that the count of each character by using this count module. We are going to print the count of each character using this counter module. We store in another variable called count is equals to counter of that particular entered text, and here we are going to count. The output will be the wonderful by using this simple two line of this code without using any loops, just simply using this counter module. Let's enter a Python. Okay, it gives the counter of p1, y, and 10. This is the output of this following by using this counter module. So to avoid that, how to get avoid that counter, we can use this called dictionary, right? Where dict of we can convert it into dictionary. From counter to we can convert into this dictionary by using this dict. When you use that, you don't get any output called counter in between that. So the output is the as usual as we get from here. So this is how we are going to print the count of each character by taking input from this user. Thank you. If you have any doubts, please go to the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.